And this meditation process involves a little bit of visualization and a little bit of focus. So one thing that can be helpful in getting yourself prepared on the mind level is to induce a state of mindful awareness. So come into a mindful state. And one of the ways that works really well for that is to focus on the breath. And the more you can kind of come into the breath with an attitude of curiosity, the easier it'll be to induce that state of mindful awareness. And so there's really no right or wrong answers here, but the idea would be to turn curiosity toward the breath. And notice, what's it like for you when you breathe in? And what's it like for you when you breathe out? Is it different? Is there something about the inhale you could give a name to? Is there a quality? Like when I inhale, I feel a sense of aliveness. What's really available there in your inhale for you? Is it refreshing? Is it nourishing? Maybe something else completely. And then notice what's there for you on your exhale. Is your exhale relaxing, softening, or something else? And once you've got your quality, just do 2 or 3 more breaths saying that word. So for me, it was alive and soft. So I'll inhale alive and I'll exhale soft. And just do that in your own way for maybe, let's go 3 breath cycles. And this is going to be your anchor for the rest of this meditation. Anytime you notice you get distracted or you get lost in thought, to come back to your breath with these 2 words. Anytime you kind of need that recentering. And so let's go into the sympathetic joy. This is such a beautiful process. I want you to imagine in your own way, what does the happiest person in the world invoke in you? If you were to just think like, who is the happiest person in the world? And don't think about it too much. Just notice what image pops in your mind. You might see a laughing Buddha. You might see a little 3-month-old baby. Whatever comes. In your mind's eye, just really hold this image. The happiest person in the world. The most joyful being. It might not be a human, it might be an animal, but the most joyful being on the planet. And then just in whatever kind of organic way I want you to say, send intention to this being. It's just whatever's genuine. Like, I am so happy that you're happy. How delightful it is to see you so joyful. I'm so happy for you. And really get in touch with the felt sense in your body. If nothing's coming, you can borrow some of my phrases. Something like, I'm so happy for your happiness. May this joyful abundance continue for you. How wonderful. Really notice the feelings it evokes inside you. Just keep coming up with phrases in that same kind of creative process you were just working with earlier. Just let the words flow. Really express to this being how happy you are to see them happy. The next step is we want to personalize it a little bit. So you can keep working with this random being that you just imagined, you just kind of conjured. Or if you want to start to personalize it a little bit, to think of somebody in your life, a person you know. It doesn't have to be a person you really interact with, it could be a famous person, but somebody you know or you know of. Who are the people you really like cheerlead in your life? Who are those people that you are genuinely like, you wish them this experience? This is something you really want for these people or this person, this most cherished loved one or someone you really care about. Okay, so just imagine this person, this one that you really cheerlead in your life, and repeat that process. Say those same phrases to them. May you be happy. Even imagine them happy and then express, I'm so happy that you're happy. I'm so happy for you. How wonderful. And as you take yourself through this process, really notice what it evokes in your body. What do you find? Sensations, feelings, emotions. Can you feel a sense of shared joy? Your joy in their joy? One things they say in the Buddhist tradition is that this process melts resentment. I just think that's so beautiful. It's like an emulsifier. It just melts resentment as you practice this more and more. And if once you personalize it, it becomes more challenging, just feel free to revert back to this person you conjured and work with that. One step that can be a little bit challenging, maybe a little bit more challenging, is to work with a future version of yourself. Can you imagine you 3-4 years down the road, even a month into the future? Can you imagine just a moment of giggling about something funny a friend said and just that felt sense of joy? Just in the same way, can you imagine your future self so happy, so joyful? And then repeat those phrases to yourself. May you be happy. May this happiness continue for you. I'm so happy for you. How wonderful to see you happy. So I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to go on your own and randomly sort of work through some files in your mind, whatever comes to you. Who do you want to step into this shared joy space with? Try it with a few different friends or a few different loved ones or family members, whatever spontaneously bubbles up. And just see how each one feels in your system. Maybe something like starting with, may you be happy. May you be joyful. May this joyfulness continue. I'm so happy for you. And really make a note of who are the characters in your inner movie that are really easy to step into a shared joy space with. And who are the characters that it's a little bit more challenging to do that with? And, come back to your curious breath if you need to, but really notice that. Interesting. It's a little tricky for me to step into shared joy with that person. And with that person, it's so easy. Isn't that interesting? But even if you do notice that, keep going. Keep going with just say the phrases. Notice how it is in your body. Coming back to your breath anchor at any time if you need to recenter. And maybe taking one last minute. And in your own way, whatever works for you for completion, to see what would be good to begin wrapping up. Would it feel right and good on the inside to maybe jot down some notes or to make a commitment to yourself? This is great for me. I'm going to do this once a week or whatever comes. Just so that you can really tie everything up inside with a felt sense of completion. Whatever way works for you for coming back. Is sometimes nice to just bring back some tactile stimulation with rubbing the arms or rubbing the hands together or rubbing the face and the neck or stretching and yawning. Just whatever kind of helps you re-embody and step your awareness into kind of coming into your present moment experience. Move, stretch, jiggle, wiggle. Sometimes even making sound is a great way to bring yourself back to the present. We talked at some point about the sound of voo through sounding into the gut with voo as a really great way of stimulating vagus nerve, or just the classic yoga om. So whatever you've chosen to bring yourself back, when you're ready, you can come on back to the screen. I am going to stop the recording here, and then we can have a little bit of time for our discussion.